your daily dose of sports and fun. This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
I'm Mike Hebert, owner of Cantex Roofing and Construction. Every day is game day, and we'll get it right when it comes to your roofing, construction, windows, and mirrors. Call Cantex Roofing and Construction today. Together, we are one serving you.
I'm just curious about one thing. I'm curious about a lot of things, but man, it sure feels like that Jerry Jones and the Cowboys are pushing all their chips into the middle of the table because, you know, even after the signing of Von Miller, which it's not the same Von Miller that won a couple Super Bowls, right? But he still can be a force for you and help put pressure on the quarterback. But Jerry Jones is still looking to improve his team and maybe make a big deal.
Jerry's not afraid to do something like that.
Yeah,
so that's a good thing, I guess.
If there was something that you felt like that he could, is there a position area where you feel like, okay, if they went out and did this, that would change the narrative maybe in terms of winning a division or getting a playoff spot? Seems like that's low-hanging fruit, but even for the Cowboys, I mean, it's not been the case so much.
If there was another dominant defensive player that they added to the mix, maybe.
Because it feels like you've got all the weapons you need offensively.
No, I completely agree with that.
It feels like that. Everybody up front is healthy, and your receiving group is and your quarterback is. You just need him to play well, make good decisions. Might have the best kicker in the league. Not that you want to kick a bunch of field goals, but that end of half 62-yard field goal that he seems to have the ability to make at will, like it's a chip shot. Certainly gives you an extra boost.
I feel like he's the best in the game right now, maybe the best of all time.
Yeah, right. Brandon Aubrey. So, Jeff, is there anything that you'd like to see Jerry add?
After one preseason game, Von Miller was an umph. We'll see how things go in the season. Like, you've got a very young defense with the draft picks that you used on it to improve it this year. I would like to see them grow up first before I answer that question.
Okay.
There's still a lot of unknowns. They also don't need to be an elite defense because you have the elite offense. They just need to get to average, which would be a huge jump from where they were last year because they were hot garbage last year.
They finished last in giving up points in the National Football League.
And rushing yards and passing yards and points and Well, the only thing that they didn't finish last in was turnovers because they actually got an interception as opposed to the Jets who didn't. Like, conceptually speaking, if they can get to 20 to 15 range in defense, this is a very dangerous team in the playoffs. The question is, can they make that huge jump? Von Miller helps, but they still got a long way to go.
Yeah, I don't even know if they have to get to the teens defensively. I mean, if they could...
I don't care about getting in the playoffs. I'm not talking about making some noise and getting to that final weekend in the playoffs before the Super Bowl. We got expectations, and then we've got minimums. This team is good enough to make the playoffs now with their offense alone.
Okay.
Can they make any noise in the playoffs? That will be determined on their defense.
Okay, so can they make it to the NFC Championship game?
Can they win their first playoff game first? Let's start there.
I think I think the Cowboys are a good team, and I've been saying this all offseason. I like the moves that they've made. They really focused on their defense with the draft. Like Jeff says, it's going to be a young defense, so that's what scares you a little bit. But the thing about it is I just think the NFC's loaded with really good teams.
Yes.
And so the Cowboys may be much improved, but still getting to the NFC title game from where they were a year ago seems like that's a really tall task.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not saying it's unheard of or there's no chance of that. I think there's the talent there. It's just, again, there's a bunch of teams over there, especially when you look at the Rams and the defending champions Seahawks. I just feel like those two teams look like they're absolutely loaded
Sure.
and ready to go again.
We'll have Cowboy football on the air for you Saturday night. They play at Arizona. Broadcast time 8 o'clock with the Cowboys. So,
I'll say this: it wouldn't shock me for the Cowboys to win the division this year. Mm-hmm. Would not.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll have baseball on the air for you tonight. Rangers and the Nationals. They open up a 3-game series in Arlington. We'll have that at 6:30. Astros and the Angels. They open up a 3-game series in Houston tonight. We'll have that at 6:40 on 100.7 The Score. So I don't know. I guess we're going to find out maybe what the Rangers are made of, after the just horrific week that they had last week. Do they curl up in the corner and suck their thumb, or do they come out guns a-blazing?
Yeah, fair enough. They're still not out of this thing
I
by
know.
any stretch of the imagination.
I know.
I go back to what we talked about, though, at the trade deadline when you're sending the message to your team about, wanting to trade your ace, and then that trade falls through, but you send a message to your team, right?
Yeah.
We don't believe in you. Now, that shouldn't make the players play less hard, but I don't know.
It's got to affect your team spirit, right?
Yeah, there you go.
Cal Quantrill will go tonight for the Rangers. He's 4-4 with a 344 earned run average. Rangers are 3 under 500. Nationals are 6 under 500. They go with Jackson Kent tonight. The ESPN matchup predictor, Jamie, has it at 50-50. You don't see that very often. The Astros tonight go with Christian Javier. He's 1-3 with a 668 earned run average. The Angels counter tonight with George Klassen. The Angels are 27 games under 500. The Astros are a game up on 500. So, and like Jamie said, the Rangers are in the hunt. You're only, 2 games back of Houston in the division. You're
plenty of time to make that up.
And with the Orioles losing last night, you've got Baltimore, Texas, and Detroit all tied for the last wild card spot. All 3 games under 500. There was a point in time where I felt like that you were going to have to win the division to get to the playoffs. It's not so much the case. Just the Orioles fell to the Tampa Bay Rays 7-6 last night in Tampa.
The Morning Drive podcast from Double T 97.3 is presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
2026, with this day in sports history, here is Jeff McGuire.
Got a fun one here. 1941, Phillies commit 8 errors in one baseball game.
Nice. I'm guessing they lost.
Yes. 1973, Hank Aaron records his 1,378th extra base hit, surpassing Stan Musial's record.
Yeah, he wasn't just a home run hitter. He was an RBI producing machine, too.
In fact, he only ever broke, I want to say his high for home runs was 45 in a year.
Okay.
But it was just consistent, like 40s and 45s.
Yeah, right.
And that's how he got to the record. I could be wrong on that exact number, but it wasn't he never broke 50. 1986, Jamie should like this one. Jim Kelly signs with the Buffalo Bills for $75 million over 5 seasons.
That's good.
That's a big number for 1986, $75 million. Wow, 15 a year.
After, not wanting to go there at all.
Right, right.
And now
he's like Mr. Buffalo.
Yes.
Mr. Buffalo, right.
Yes.
Well, again, you're allowed to change and get better and I guess change your mind, right?
Yep.
1987, Houston Oiler Earl Campbell retires from the National Football League. And in 2022, a pair of assists and from preseason All Big 12 selection Macy Blackburn Texas Tech kicks off the 22 campaign with a 2-0 win over Troy. This just in, Tech soccer pretty good at the beginning of the year.
Been good at the end of the year, some years too.
Yeah. It is National Soft Ice Cream Day.
I'm in.
Yeah. You had me at ice cream.
Yep. Andy Sandberg is 48. Edward Norton is 57. Christian Slater, 57. Dennis Leary, 69. And Jeremy Shockey is 46.
Okay.
And on this day in 1590, John White, the governor of the Roanoke Island colony in present-day North Carolina, returns from a supply trip to England that took 3 years to find the settlement completely deserted. White and his men found no trace of the some 100 colonists he left behind at Roanoke. There were no signs of violence. The Roanoke Island colony was the first English settlement in the New World, and the mystery of its collapse has never been truly solved. They were abducted by aliens. And that's this day in sports history.
All right, this day in sports history. Thank you, Jeff. I saw this last night, and I was curious. The headline was, and this is from CBSSports.com, ranking college sports most expensive rosters after polling 50-plus industry insiders. Okay? Those spending more than $40 million, LSU, Miami, Notre Dame, Ohio State, Oregon, Texas, Texas A&M. Right off the $40 million line, Georgia, Michigan, Ole Miss, Tennessee, USC. Do we hear any local school mentioned there?
Well, that's because you haven't gotten to the 60 million range yet. When you get up, we'll get there. That's when we show up.
I just thought that was interesting that there was no, for as much as is made of the spending here, there's other schools that spend more than you two. Now, given Texas Tech spends a lot of money on its roster, there's no question about it.
Yeah, if you're talking about compared to other Big 12 teams, yes, definitely.
But when you look at it from a national standpoint,
I'll tell you, I'm disappointed you didn't mention their name. Because I continue to say all it does is give you good promotion. All it does is help you recruit when people talk about how much money you spend on your roster.
I get that.
So I'm not part of the whiny audience that doesn't want people to mention it.
Yeah, I'm not being whiny. I just thought it was interesting for all the. And I think your point is very good on that. And I've agreed with your point on that. That I think that the promotion of that is good for business. Yeah. Let's see. This person says, I saw Jim Kelly play for the Houston Gamblers in the Astrodome back in the 80s.
Nice.
Yeah, he would have been part of that. True.
I saw Jim Kelly play for the Bills. Rich Stadium back in the 80s.
Oh, there you go. Do you have you seen enough of the new stadium yet to have an opinion or one way or the other?
I haven't been in it.
Well, I knew that. But I mean, just for pictures and stuff like that.
Yeah, it looks cool.
Yeah. Looks like they've got some sightline problems, but every stadium has some sightline problems.
Yeah, and many of those sightline problems are seats that are not sold for football games.
Yeah, that was kind of the media overblowing something, probably.
Shocker.
Yeah, it's shocker that
social media.
Or social media.
Social media overblowing things. Shocker.
What? There's angry people on the internet? No way.
Not angry, just people looking for something to complain about.
Yeah, 6:52 this morning here on the morning drive. I saw this as well, and I just was curious if you had an opinion on this, because I think this is a bigger headline than what it's really going to be. the Heisman is going to allow college football fans to cast votes, but the vote it's only going to be one vote at the end of the day. They've got a new, way for teams fans to keep track of their players, their players they're fans of. It's called Heisman Hopefuls. It'll be a data, storytelling, and fan voting platform aimed at expanding the conversation about the award. Okay, so you'll be able to vote, and then the fans will place the first official vote for the Heisman Trophy. It's just one vote. I don't know how many total Heisman Trophy voters there are. I think it's around 600, because it's all the former winners and then various people that apply and get a vote. Now, last year Jacob Rodriguez won the fan vote. Emmett Johnson from Nebraska was second, and the eventual winner, Fernando Mendoza, was third with the fans. So this guy says, we've created a methodology to dynamically weight fan votes based on data observed throughout the season. Okay. Heisman Hopefuls gives every program exciting new ways to spotlight their athletes and engage their fans all season long.
So, to answer the question, I do not have a strong opinion about it. I guess I would say I think it's good that the fans have some sort of feeling of that their vote is
part of it,
factored in.
Mm-hmm.
But like you're saying, it's just one vote.
Do you think we have a Heisman candidate? Like if Will Hammond were to play really, really well, would he be a guy that could be considered?
He would have to play really, really well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Starting all 12 games would be a start.
I don't think that's very likely.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. 6:55.
I mean, I think he's going to play well. I don't mean for him to be a Heisman.
No, I know that, because you're going from not on the radar to completely on the radar and something at that level. Of course.
Yeah.
Fernando Mendoza, he elevated himself with some great play, but
he was also a veteran.
Yeah, he was good coming in, right? Really good coming in, and a known commodity.
The Morning Drive podcast from Double T 97.3 is presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
7:15 this morning here on the Morning Drive. Good morning with Jamie Lent, Jeff McGuire, and Chuck Heinz. If you want to weigh in on what success looks like for you this year for the Red Raider football team, you can on the Yates Flooring Center chat line. Go to the Double T 97.3 mobile app. It's presented by Happy State Bank. So I asked you, and I didn't answer my own question. I think for me, it's winning a playoff game. So I think if you even if you lose the Big 12 championship game and you come home here and you win a playoff game to get you into the next round, I still think that's a successful season.
Okay.
I think it becomes uber successful if you win two games in the college football playoff. But I think taking that next step, of winning a game is, I think, huge. And I think if you could do that, whether you do it at home, I hope you don't have to play at home. I hope you win the Big 12 championship game, and then you go on to however it works, the Orange Bowl, the Cotton, Rose, whatever that next step is, that you can kind of win that game and then really put yourself in the national scene. Jeff, go ahead.
I'd have a hard time saying that your version is not successful. I mean, if you're in the college football playoff and you're winning a game.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're going to ask me what's more important to me, and I would guess would you say to me if you don't win a college football playoff game, it's not a success?
I think making the college football playoff still makes it that makes it a successful season. How could it not? Right? It's a disappointing. It's disappointing because you're not able to take the next step. But I think making the college football playoff it makes it successful. It's not the same kind of shine that you had a year ago.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. But I think when you're one of the 12 that make it, you're playing a meaningful game in late December, early January 1 per se, that makes it successful. Somebody says this: need to win a college football playoff game to be a successful season. Okay, I mean,
pretty lofty goals, man.
It is.
Uh-huh. Especially if you're a team that has a first round bye, and so you're advancing to the next round.
Yeah,
like you did last year.
Yeah.
So you made the second round of the college football playoff last year. I mean, you could have been not as good in the regular season, gotten James Madison in the, you know what I'm saying, in the first round at home and advanced.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't think you have to win a game to call it successful. But I think winning it, even if you don't win the Big 12 championship, that's still success. Yeah, still success. I guess the question then would be, which is more important to you? Winning a college football playoff game or winning the Big 12 championship?
College football playoff game.
I think I'm with Jeff.
Now,
this season, I'm not with you guys. Most seasons I would be.
I will also say, though, if you don't win the Big 12 championship, I'm not sure you make the college football playoff.
I agree.
So if you have won a game in the college football playoff, that implies to me that you have won the Big 12 championship. Yep. And the successful season for me starts with winning the Big 12 championship.
Yeah, but in Chuck's scenario, you don't win the Big 12 championship.
Yeah.
You win.
I don't believe you make it if you don't. In Chuck, I don't believe you make the college football playoff in Chuck's scenario.
Losing the Big 12 championship game?
Correct.
Okay. Hey, and I'm just curious about this because I think some are more passionate about this than others. I am not, to be quite frank. Do you really care if the Big 12 gets 2 teams in the college football playoff? Does that really matter to you?
Well, I'm not going to lose any sleep over it, but I would prefer, depending on who the team is, to get 2 in. I would prefer it.
Okay. Jeff?
I mean, if it's BYU, somebody like that, maybe Arizona State, I can live with it. I mean, if it's TCU knocking on the door, Baylor, no.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I'm right there.
Yeah.
I'm just not losing any sleep over that the Big 12 has got to have 2 in there, or the Big 12's, it makes the Big 12 more of a, league if you've got 2 in there.
But in your scenario, you need to.
Yeah, you absolutely.
In my scenario, yeah, right. This year, yeah. But
I'll also say this. Of the numbers on your stadium, your bowl numbers have gone up almost every year. I mean, obviously not every year. Your All-Americans go up every year. You finally got a new conference championship number up there for the first time in forever.
Yeah.
And it's nice to add that, to keep making that number bigger.
Yeah.
It's a hard thing to do.
It is. It is a hard thing to do. And there's no doubt about it. So, all right. So just so you know, because I was curious about this, the college football playoff, the quarterfinals begin on Wednesday, December the 30th, with the Fiesta Bowl, and then the first, January the 1st, is a Friday this year. It'll be the Cotton, the Rose, and the Peach, and then the semifinals is the Orange Bowl and the Sugar Bowl, and that's January 14th and 15th. The national championship game is January 25th at Allegiant Stadium in Vegas. So, could you get yourself into the Cotton Bowl? That'd be pretty sweet. It'd make a lot of sense, and I hope those things start to make a little more sense regionally, so that, because you're asking fans, if you want to follow the team, you're like, okay, if you win that game, then you're advancing on to either Miami or New Orleans. But hopefully you're not like going, well, hey, we're going to put you in the Rose Bowl, and then you win the Rose Bowl and we're going to put you in the Orange Bowl. That just makes it economically challenging.
No question.
You know, it'd be nice if you could have one of those that you could drive to. I guess essentially you could drive to the Fiesta Bowl, but you know, getting to Atlanta or getting to the Rose be pretty.
What else are you doing that day, Chuck?
Yeah, I don't know. And then the first round games are Friday, December the 18th. That's a night game, or Saturday, December the 19th, at noon, 3:30, and 7:30. I think those are all. Not sure if those are Central Times or Eastern Times. Anyway, the bottom line is that's kind of what that was. Let's see. Times have changed. Conference does better. Tech does better, regardless of who's in it. Okay, you can make that case.
I would like someone else in the Big 12 to step up and put together a football program that similar to what Tech has done. I still want Tech to be better. Mm-hmm. A running mate in the conference for national attention would be very beneficial to your schedule, assuming that you get to play them.
Matt agrees with Jamie. We have to win the Big 12 championship. It means a little more this year. The league doesn't want to see Tech succeed. Playoff wins would be great, but they have to take down Big 12, preferably dominate.
Yeah, a different year I might have a different answer for you, but this year you have to win the Big 12 championship to call it a successful year.
Win however many games it takes to cause the ADs that were turd heads earlier create for themselves a support group. They'll hug a bunch, show each other pics of their dogs back home, and a little electrical shock therapy with livestock stick.
I mean, we could just share the dog pictures, though, right? We're allowed to do that.
You can, yeah.
Anytime.
Your daily dose of sports and fun. This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction. Jamie's question of the day on Double T 97.3 is brought to you by Connecticut of West Texas.
All right, gentlemen. Chuck just mentioned basketball there, and good news with them. That's going to factor into this question.
Okay.
I'm going to give you 3 Texas Tech athletics teams.
Mm-hmm.
You tell me in order who is going to have the best season. Texas Tech football, Texas Tech men's basketball, Texas Tech softball. Who will have the best season? 1, 2, and 3. The best being number 1.
All right. I think I'm buying the new toy here today. I think softball is 3, football is 2, and men's basketball is 1. I think you're poised for a really, really deep run, and everybody healthy. You're going to find yourself in the Final Four. I do not think you'll be in the Final Four for football, and I do not think you'll play for a national championship 3 years in a row in softball.
All right, Jeff.
Take his list, reverse it. That's almost exactly. I've got softball 1, football 2, men's basketball 3. I feel much better about where you are today on men's hoops than I did a month ago, for sure. But it's still the Big 12. It's still going to be a tough league. And you still have to get through the NCAA tournament, which is not exactly, an easy thing to do. Yeah, I do think Texas Tech softball will be playing for national championship again. I have no reason to believe otherwise.
I'm lock and step with Jeff. Yeah, I think Tech softball, again, the expectations are almost as it, and it's not just because you've done it the last 2 years. It's because of the way you build your roster and the talent that you have on your roster. If you're not in the Final Four of college softball, you have failed miserably because of the talent that you have. Okay? So they're by far number 1 on my list.
By far?
Yes, by far.
Wow.
Number 2 on my list is Texas Tech football. I will be shocked if you do not win the Big 12 championship.
Mm-hmm.
I would definitely not say you're the Big 12 favorite in men's basketball. I would say you're in the conversation now, but I wouldn't say you're the prohibited favorite like I do in softball and in football. Okay, and then with that, I just think there's so many unknowns and variables in the NCAA basketball tournament. You know, I think all three of them could have terrific seasons. All three of them are good enough to be, in the Final 4 or 8 or whatever. Okay, but there's just so much that goes into the luck involved and the matchups and all that to get to the Final 4 that I would, I understand people this time of the year, way too early, Final 4 predictions. I get it. It's never too early if you're interested, right? Yeah. I think that's a really tough thing to do at this point just because of the variables that come with basketball. So, tell me a key player you lose off of softball. Are you still a national championship contender? I think you are. Pick any of them. Caitlin Terry, I don't know. I still think you're a national championship contender. I mean, because you brought in
Nigeri Kennedy.
Huh?
Nigeri?
No, she's gone.
That's what I'm saying.
She's not on our roster anymore.
I know, but I'm saying you said
he's talking this year's.
You said
this year's roster.
Oh, okay. I thought you said pick a player from last year that's not on the roster this year.
Pick a player from the roster. Okay, and I still think you're a national championship contender. You take Will Hammond off the football team. I mean, that changes things, right? And you take JT Toppin away from the basketball team, and that completely changes things. And that's why I think softball's the top. Let's hope we don't have to take any of those guys away.
Yeah.
I like that plan. That's a good plan. We should try that.
Yeah. I think softball, it's softball and then a step back to number 2 for football and then men's basketball right behind them.
Okay. I said, I bought the new shiny toy. Hey, and I just checked this, and it is literally hot off the press. Joe Lunardi has a bracketology update, Jamie. Thank you, Jeff. I was hoping you would give me a little breaking news. The Texas Tech Red Raiders, according to this bracketology, which supports both of you guys, it does not support me, has the Red Raiders as a 5 seed, playing in the Midwest Regional in Omaha. They would face, at this point in time, Wichita State, a 12 seed. The winner of that game would play Alabama or High Point. Alabama is a 4 seed. High Point is a 13 seed.
A 5 seed would be nothing to sneeze at. If you were to offer me...
Was this after Donovan Atwell?
I'm going to assume that he knows that Donovan Atwell's on the roster because this was just released at this was released at 6:30 this morning.
If you were to get offered a 5 seed today, you take it or you're rolling the dice?
I'm rolling the dice, man. I think you can be better than a 5 seed. That's just a top 20 team.
I think you'll be better than that.
Yeah, I think you'll be I think you could work your way up to a 3. They do have Arizona as a 1 seed in the West. Speaks to the power of the Big 12.
Men's basketball, the league itself, is tougher than in softball and in football. That's, all a factor in why I have men's basketball at 3 on that list.
Cincinnati's an 11 seed on this list. Kansas was a 3 seed. BYU's a 7 seed on this list. Iowa State is a 5 seed. Baylor's an 11 seed. Houston's a 3 seed. It's a formidable task there. The Big 12, he has 10 Big 12 teams in the tournament.
That's a good number.
Yeah, Big 12, Big 10, and SEC each have 12. Of course, there's more teams this year. Okay. Anyway, somebody says there's no chance I'd take a 5 seed unless key injury. A 5 seed would be disappointing in my opinion. Yeah, I'm kind of with you on that. I'm not kind of with you. I am with you on that.
This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
Start line, touchdown Red Raiders. Oh my! Well, that's the way to break it.
That ball was intercepted by the Longhorns, and then Devin Lauderdale just clobbers the Texas defender who picked off that pass. And when the ball bounced up into the air after that, Jakeem caught it out of the air.
Double T 97.3 presents the Morning Drive Power Hour. The Power Hour is presented by Service Compression. Committed to service, advanced technology, and field-proven compression expertise in the oil field. See them at servicecompression.com.
8:03 this morning here on the Morning Drive. Good morning with Jamie Lent, Jeff McGuire, and Chuck Heinz. We come to you from the First United Bank studio. That'll give you a little excitement, right?
Terrific play call design there.
Yeah, right.
Just like we drew it up.
Yates Flooring Center chat line is open. So is the Visual Edge IT hotline if you would like to weigh in this morning. We'll have the Chiefs and the Buccaneers on Saturday evening. They'll play in Tampa. The broadcast at 5:30 on 100.7 The Score. And I don't really expect to see number 15 in there for the Chiefs. I don't expect to see him until week 1 against the Denver Broncos.
I wonder what kind of relationship Patrick has with Baker.
That's a really good question. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I hope not much of one. I
We don't want any stink on him.
No, I don't want to stink on Patrick. You know, I don't want any of that selfish Baker Mayfield attitude, you know, finding its way over to the Chiefs sideline. I'm sure that Patrick's cordial with him. I'm sure he's, you know, but Baker clearly, he didn't want any of that. Yeah, I'm sure he'd love to face Mahomes in a preseason game, but I am still not a fan of Baker Mayfield.
I don't really think anybody around these parts is.
Well, no, there are some. I mean, there are some people that kind of look at what he did at Oklahoma and take some pride in that.
What?
Yeah, I've met some of those. I met some of those people.
Texas Tech people?
Yeah,
who take pride in Baker Mayfield?
Yeah. There's been some of those.
Like real Texas Tech people.
Well, I don't know about real Texas Tech people. I don't know if they have a degree hanging on their wall, but I mean, I would consider them.
People who are diehard Red Raider fans.
Yeah, they've defended him. They've defended him to him. Yeah. They've defended him to me.
That's an interesting group there.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not in.
I was rooting for Baker over the Browns.
Yeah, I was rooting for. Yeah, yes. There was. I wasn't rooting for him when he was with the Browns, but it was when he got kicked to the curb for Deshaun Watson. I found myself hoping it would work out for him wherever he went next.
Yes.
That's kind of where I was at. And now that he's had some success with the Buccaneers and he seems cocky again, I want nothing to do with him again. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't say I'm rooting for him now. I do want it to go terrible for the Browns with Deshaun Watson, yes. But
and Shadur Sanders too, right?
No.
Way more with Deshaun Watson. Yeah. I don't have enough dislike for Shadur.
You don't? Okay.
No. I kind of felt sympathetic for Shadur over that whole draft thing where the moron is calling him up and taunting him.
Yeah.
I felt bad about that.
Yeah. Okay. 8:05 this morning here on the Morning Drive. So we're all in on the basketball, right? If there was a Big 12 basketball poll right now, do you think the roster is good enough to be in the top 4?
Yes.
Okay. If you were
if all healthy or as it sits. JT Toppin's still not playing.
Yeah, but
he's going to play.
I'm not saying are we talking everybody healthy at the end of the season? Could they be a top 4 team? Maybe, but I don't. You still got a very.
The thought will be that he will be there for all of Big 12 games.
Yeah.
All of the Big 12 games.
I think he's going to be there from Duke forward. But I mean, I've not been over there. I don't know anything. Nobody's told me anything about the status of Toppin over there. So
not since the last time.
Well, yeah, I had one guy tell me that felt like he was going to be ready week one, and then Coach McCaslin went on Thetford and Ashby and said to the contrary. So I'll take Coach McCaslin's word at face value.
Mm-hmm. Do you have any more breaking news on the Lady Raiders for us today?
No, I don't have any.
Did you get a cease and desist letter from the Lady Raiders yesterday?
I did not. No, I did not. Not a peep. So I think they're off. They've got far bigger fish to fry than what I'm up to. Okay.
I gotta tell you, that was. I feel like it was like top 10 favorite moments of the morning drive yesterday.
Really?
Yeah.
Top 10, huh?
Yeah, it was top 10. Good. It was fantastic.
I don't know. I mean, there's been a lot of...
Just to add it all together with Jeff threatening to call Coach Gerlich and all that.
I just asked if I knew.
That was high humor.
Yeah. I mean, should we... maybe we should come up with some kind of package and sell top 10 moments of the morning drive.
Oh, my goodness.
Wouldn't that be fantastic?
Be fantastic.
Get somebody to jump on that little deal.
If you wrote a book, I would read it.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean...
The top 10 moments of the morning drive, yes.
I mean, I'd need some help.
He doesn't remember all the things that would be in the top 10 for every day.
I need some... Oh, I need some...
Bullfighter would help you.
Yeah, but he'd be my ghostwriter. Bullfighter would be my ghostwriter.
Okay.
Although... I don't know if he's a good writer or not. He's a good rememberer of things. He's a good, secretary of the morning drive. Kind of keeping track of, words we can't pronounce or that I can't pronounce, or, predictions that I make, or
things that I don't like,
things that Jamie doesn't like. All those different kinds of things. The
list is long.
I think instead of like writing a book, I think I would rather like just come up with a kind of a presentation to make that I go around the country and speak. I think that would be really fun.
Okay. I think I have a new one. Maybe Bullfighter wants to add this one to the list. Tell me about this one. You ever go to the get your car washed?
Yeah.
Then you go pull over to the side there, and there are vacuums, and you're going to vacuum out the car. Okay, the guy that's over there doing that with his doors wide open and his music cranked.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I mean, just give me a bat.
Yeah.
I mean,
give me a bat.
That everybody else is forced to listen to whatever you're listening to at a very loud level. Mm-hmm. There's even signs up that say, be respectful and turn your radios down.
Oh, wow, there are. Okay.
Yeah, so the place that I go to.
Okay. And
this guy is still over there with his music cranked in his big pickup truck. I mean, just give me a bat. That guy, oh my gosh.
Aluminum or
If you are that guy, man, you're a piece of work.
Piece of work.
This has been the Morning Drive Podcast, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction. Check out our library of Double T 97.3 podcasts at doublet973.com.